And we are live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. So, start the timer. Yay! Good morning. 7 a.m. Monday, the 25th of October. So, August, September, October. I'm 68 and a quarter today. Yes, well, that's exciting, isn't it? Let us start nice and simple. Rolling the foot, lifting the heel off the floor, lifting the toe off the floor, allowing that flow to go through the body. Not sure quite how long the session will be this morning. I can probably manage an hour, but I think I'm going to go for half an hour and see what things feel like at the end of that. Oh, sorry, change to the other leg. For some reason, the volume on this, I must have inadvertently turned it down forwards and backwards with the other leg. When the thing goes ding, you just carry on going. There we go. Nice, rousing, loud Monday morning ding. I hope you're well. I hope you have an exciting, fun-filled day ahead of you. Sorry, excuse me. And go back to the other foot and side to side. If you're a regular, thank you for attending. If you're new, the exercise routine starts very mildly. We're not trying to do anything amazing. We're not trying to become the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. What we're trying to do is set the body up for the day, so gently working through the joints, the muscles, everything you got, but in a kind of wake up and energize way, rather than leave you so knackered at the exhausted is perhaps more polite word. Change to the other foot, roll side to side. So we don't want to leave our bodies so exhausted that your next couple of hours are spent with the body in a recovery phase. What we want is the body to be limber, supple, full of beans. And for me, it's also, I have an ulterior motive, as it were. I have lots of ulterior motives. One ulterior motive is to, I do this because it makes me do this. If I wasn't broadcasting to you, then there are days when I would find an excuse and do a much smaller exercise set than otherwise perhaps might be ideal. Change to the other leg, circle the knee. The other thing, which is one of the reasons why I talk, is to try and wake my brain up. I do find first things in the morning, sometimes my brain can be a little bit slow, and energizing the body tends to energize the brain. I'm R-ing too much, maybe the R's will go away. Change direction, circling the knee with a sideways circle. Hip it's a habit, and I've done it, exercised every day for, I don't know, whatever it is, a year now. By exercise every day for a year, I don't mean that before that I didn't exercise, I just mean doing a specific sort of exercise routine every day. Oh, you may see there's a ladder if you look in the small window, the rear picture of me, there's a ladder. That's because things got confusing over the weekend and I was unable to finish the extra work I wanted to do on the wall here in terms of, oh, we've changed direction, did I say that? In terms of insulating the studio. Take the feet out gently, mini squats as I like to call them, keeping the knees in the same direction as the toes. So I've pointed the toes out slightly, and when I squat down, stretching this area here, stretching that area there with my mini squats. Then gently shifting one side to the other, very little, very gently, just legs bend, little shift. If it's too easy, take your feet out a little. Try not to try and keep your knees in line with the feet. Try not to push the knees beyond the toes. So if you see here, right, now I am, so I'm also going to move, I'm going to push the feet out slightly and we're going to squat just a little bit deeper. You have your hands on your hips, you have your hands together, you can hold on to your ears. I don't mind, the last one was my attempt at early morning humour. Then we will go side to side again. You could, of course, do this exercise doing the squats and the side to side shifts for a prolonged amount of time and go much wider and much deeper, and that's a nice little exercise routine. But given the content, right, feet in, raising the leg and the arm on the same side. Yeah, given the purpose of this exercise session in the morning, which is a wake-up call rather than a stretch and strengthen call, I wouldn't recommend doing that combined squat and stretching exercise. What's the word? Sort of hardcore. That's not the word, but it'll do. In a stronger manner early in the morning. Later in the day, if you wanted to do a 10-minute session just focused on those pair of exercises, that's fine. Just to strengthen the legs and make them more supple. Same exercise, it's keeping to the same side with the arm and the leg, but now going diagonally across the body. Keep going. instead of going up and out, I want you to come diagonally across and then all the way out. Just use your hands for balance, I suggest, rather than doing the... In fact, you can do that if you want. But the important thing is starting diagonally across and then going out. Then out to the side and all the way in and across. So instead of doing halfway and down, we're going further. So this is a bit of a bigger movement than we would generally do. Oh, wasn't that time? There we go. That's what I want to do. Diagonally across and out. Try and go as far out to the side as you normally would. Sorry, assuming that you have done these sessions before. I do know that I have some people that do exercise with me regularly. My stats also tell me other direction, out to the side and all the way across. The viewing stats that you get, which show how many people attend, lead me to believe that there is a number of people that come intermittently. Some obviously will come just once, decide that my incredible good looks are just too much for them, or I'm too ugly or something, or they don't like the exercises. Circle the hips. Anything is possible, or it's too easy, or it's too difficult. The exercises shouldn't be too easy. I'm going to need to explain that, but let's wait till it goes ding and we change direction. It goes ding, we change direction. The exercises shouldn't be too easy, assuming you do them at the right time of day. So if you are doing these exercises first thing in the morning when you're trying to wake the body up, they really should be pretty good for almost anybody. It may be that you do these exercises and then want to do more. I might show you what's going to be more for me today. Yeah, I'll share that with you if I remember at the end. I have various things planned today. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of Tai Chi today, something like that. No swimming today, boo boo, hiss hiss, but that's just the way it is. Sadly, cannot do that today. Change direction again. Bend the knees, sit back slightly, tuck the pelvis under ever so slightly. Roll the shoulders around in circles. Not worrying about speed, not worrying, concentrating on a full range of motion. Down, forward, up, back. Other direction. When it goes ding in 10 seconds time, we can add the pulsing of the legs in. If you've done that with me before, great. If you haven't, I will explain it. what we do is lift the legs, bend the legs, lift the legs, bend the legs. Not straighten them completely, they're still a little bit bent, but you're pushing from the toes and the feet through the legs up into the shoulders. Then everything is sort of reversed. You pull down into the ground. So it feels as if there is a connection fundamentally from the ground to the top of your head and other direction with the shoulders. Still doing this gentle bending and straightening of the legs in time with the rising and falling of the shoulders. And circle the arms. The legs here are bent. You're sitting ever so slightly backwards. The pelvis is ever so slightly tucked under. Reverse direction. We're going to reverse direction and bring the up and down motion of the legs into play. And do that. So when the arms are down, the legs are down. When the arms are up, the legs are up. Oh, that's the plan anyway. Feel that you're throwing the arms up and pulling them down. Reverse direction in the arms. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. And relax. Feet a little bit wider. Gently just swing the arms and swing the hips. You can gradually let that swing become more pronounced. I am moving the arms, it's not just the movement in the hips. So it's not like the 3 exercises we often do where the arms are completely relaxed. Here I am lifting the arms. Make the feet a little bit wider. Make the legs soft, slightly bent. Sorry, I should have said that right at the beginning. Legs soft, slightly bent. Hips moving from side to side. You can go a little bit wider if you can. You can make it a little bit faster if you can. Sorry, I was staring at the clock there. Keep going. No, I should have mentioned I'm turning my head to look at the arms, so the back's getting a little bit of a warming up as well. Keep the upper arms still, rotate the lower arms, feet about hip or shoulder width apart, and the standard position of legs relaxed, letting the knees bend a little, letting the bum sit backwards at a small diagonal and letting the pelvis turn under, change direction in the arms, in the forearms. Well, I've only got two arms, but the bits of the arms are called forearms, but it's spelled differently. English is a very strange language. Keeping the upper arms still, changing, so both forearms are going in the same direction. Slowing it down ever so slightly. I was getting a little bit too fast there. Change direction. I find if you go too fast with this exercise, you can actually end up with quite sore elbows, and we don't want to. I have elbows that were damaged years and years ago, so that may be partially the reason why they are susceptible, but you don't want to damage your elbows. And for some reason my hands won't synchronise. There we go. No. I'm trying to get both hands to be sort of pointing to the same clock position all the time, but they don't want to do it today. I think that went to hell in a handbasket. Never mind. Nice simple neck exercise. Hands down by your side, turning the head side to side, and then start to slow it down, and just at the end concentrate on the stretch. And the legs do the relax, sit back, sit down, tuck the pelvis, bend thing, and we carry on with this one, turning the head, stretching the neck. Take the head in a U shape, up to one corner, down to the chest, up to the other corner. Going. And feet shoulder width apart. Bending the legs, relaxing them, turning the waist, letting the arms float around the body. Turning the head, turning the waist. The hips will turn a little bit, but concentrate on mobilizing the waist. 2 minutes of this, that was 30 seconds. Trying to relax, breathing gently through the nose if you can. feet in ever so slightly, look to the front. The legs pulse up and down, the arms and shoulders relax as much as possible. It's the movement in the legs, hopefully being expressed through the arms, that's giving the arms the motion. A little bit like when you push a swing, the swing moves, but the motive force is you standing behind the swing, pushing it. Here, my legs are providing the motive force that's going up through the body and expressing itself in the arms. That's the idea anyway. That's the plan. The body should go up and down, the body shouldn't go forwards and backwards, up and down movement of the body. So the legs are working quite hard, the muscles in the legs are working quite hard, but the rest of the body is relaxed. And try and find your own natural rhythm for this. Well, for all three of these exercises, one we did, this one and the next one. Sorry, again, I was just looking at the clock. Generally speaking, just keep your head upright and looking forwards in this exercise. And now the movement is an up and down movement of each leg alternately, so one leg then the other. The waist is turning as well, and the result should be diagonal movement in the arms. This particular exercise we will be finishing in 25 seconds. That will be slightly over the 30-minute mark, 30 minutes and 20 odd seconds or something. At that point, if you want to stop, please do. I'm going to carry on. It'd be great if you can carry on with me. So, I'm now going just to raise up on the toes and just stay up on the toes for half a second or a second, depending on what feels right. Now I'm going to rock forwards and backwards, and I personally find this exercise challenging. I have no particular idea why. So I'm rising up on the heels and then pulling back on the toes. now I'm coming and doing little hops, pushing up with the, hold on, I'll get there in a minute. The leg that's on the ground, I'm pushing up so the heel's coming off the ground. Obviously, as with all the exercises, if you have any issues with your ankles, do something different. And now rotate the knee. We're only going to go one way. Just going to do 15 seconds of rotations on one leg. And I'm going to switch to the other leg and just do 15 seconds of rotations there. Feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Hip rotations. Now, we've already done some of these, so hopefully the muscles are a little bit limber. And we've done other exercises as well, obviously, for this region. So you can make those circles a little bit bigger. The legs nice and relaxed. The more relaxed the hips and the knees and the ankles can be, the easier this exercise is. Change direction. Sorry, excuse me. Itches. He's got that fleas. I hope I haven't. I think sometimes it's psychological because you see the occasional spider in the studio and that makes you think, they're coming to get me. They're not. Keep the lower body still and start to do gentle rotations of the upper body. I don't know how sensitive the microphone is, but I can certainly hear bits of my spine going click, clunk. Change direction. As long as that's just the sort of gentle popping that joints make when they're being exercised and not bits falling off, then that's all good. Deeper circles if you can. More forwards, more side, more back, more side, more forwards. Big circles. Change direction. Change direction. Change. inner hip rotation. So, the hips going up side to side and the pelvis going forwards and backwards. You can put your hands down by your sides or here if you prefer. Excuse me. Itchy eye. Change direction. Inner circles. So forwards and backwards and side to side. I'm not quite square to the camera, so I think it looks like I'm raising one hip more than the other. I don't think I am, but if you are, if I am, it's just who you are as I change direction. As I love to say, excuse me, apart from loving to say excuse me, but I also love to say you've got to respect the body you've got. Yes, I'm trying to lose weight. I have an ongoing weight monitoring program. Yes, I'm trying to maintain fitness, health and strength. I do these sessions and I do other things as well, swimming, Tai Chi, etc., change direction. But I am who I am. I need glasses because my eyesight's not perfect. I sometimes need to wear a hearing aid because my hearing's not perfect. Yeah, tough luck. That's who I am. Put up with it, lad. Put a big smile on your face and crack on. And it's kind of the way it is. Okay, the big hip assisted circles. Obviously teaching Tai Chi to a, so I'm just moving across so my hands stay in a slightly better camera shot. Teaching Tai Chi to a very diverse population in terms of age and wellness. Change direction with the hands. I often have people, students, where we're discussing their health issues, and even students with quite severe health issues, they don't get sympathy from me because I don't do sympathy. Sympathy always seems to me to be a waste of time. Doesn't benefit anyone. You have something wrong and we're going to do opposite arms and we're going to move the legs up and down to help generate the feeling that the body excuse me, is a coordinated whole. Yeah, sympathy don't help. Doing stuff helps. Take action. Don't moan about your circumstances. Take action. I mean, you can moan a little bit. Opposite way with the arms. I sometimes think when I'm explaining my philosophy of life, I come across as more hard-nosed than I actually am. I mean, but basically, get on with it. We're all only here for a short time. And relax. Okay, I want to do some straight leg raises next. If you want to bring the hands into play, or the arms, sorry, not the hands. You can if you can get the feet up to waist height, that's kind of quite nice. If you can go higher, fine, but don't worry about it. Arms out, one leg then the other leg. For anybody of my age-ish, Harry Worth may come to mind. TV program. Was it called Here's Hat? No, I don't know what TV program was called. And backwards. trying to keep the legs straight, trying to keep the body fairly upright. And relax, circle the hips. I put the coughs and wheezes down to the idea of the body waking up and sort of de-Fleming itself, change direction. Just a few extra sort of gentle circles because of the leg exercises we were doing. Okay, nice, simple exercise. Start just gently throwing a few punchy looking moves. I mean, these are not punches in the sense of the way a boxer would punch, not even punches in the way that back in the day when I did karate, which I did for 30 years, not even the way you would do it then, but just taking a hand, making a loose fist and gently taking the hip and shoulders slightly forwards just to throw the arm out. Keeping the arm ever so slightly bent even at the end, not letting the elbow joint sort of lock out and take any strain. And then we're going to add to it. We're going to come out and go round, out and round, out and round, out and round, out. Coming in so you can see what I'm doing. Let me get straight on to the camera. At the bottom, my hat fingers are open. At the top, I'm making a fist. So it's a punch and a punch. If I do it sideways on, you should be able to see that I'm not locking out the elbow. And as I gradually get more confident with the shape, you can speed it up. The knees are relaxed, the legs are bent. My thanks to Wing Chun Kung Fu's chain punching for this exercise. This is an exercise based on that, just to work the fingers, shoulders. Then close the fist gently and work on getting a bit faster. So here we are going to perhaps increase the heart rate and the breathing rate a little. Obviously only go as fast as you can. 25 seconds, let's go. Feel the burn. No, I'm only kidding. It should be controlled. It should be something that you can do without, well, I'm talking, aren't I? If you can't talk, then you're doing too much. Relax, rotate the shoulders. change direction. Settle down in the legs, let the knees relax and bend. So I'm just going to move to the side. Arms out, palms up, small circles. So the hands are circling round. Change direction. Now we're going to circle the hands, but by circling the shoulders. So big circle shoulders, that's providing the movement in the arms and hands. Change direction. And relax. Head, tilt up, tilt down. Bring the hands up onto the chest. Look up, look down and tuck the chin in. Legs relaxed. When it dings, keep going. It's dinged, keep going. Stretching back, squashing down. Stretching the back of the neck when the chin is down. Stretching the front of the neck when the chin is up. Sitting down, tucking the pelvis under, making the legs do some work as well. Then look to the front, take one ear up to the ceiling, then the other ear, stretching the neck along the side, or on the same side as the ear that you're pushing up towards the ceiling. At the same time, remembering to keep the legs relaxed. It can be a bit tricky to be pushing up towards the ceiling with the head whilst keeping the legs relaxed and bent. Jut the chin forward, pull the chin in, push the head forward, pull the head back. Centre the head and then take it, keeping it upright from side to side.
Tuck the chin down and then roll the head side to side with the chin pretty much touching the chest. Keep going.
Hands down, head, gaze, whole thing up towards one corner, down to the chest, up to the other corner. Shoulders pulled back ever so slightly. Keep going. No rush, nice and gentle. And relax. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes left. Gonna do some nice, relaxed breathing exercises. So, breathe in, and the hands come up. Breathe out, and they go down. The legs bend as you breathe out and go down. The legs straighten a little. They don't lock out, however. So I was just trying to get a bit squarer on to the camera. Breathing in on the up, breathing out on the down. Breathing in, the hands come up, palms facing the ceiling, turn the hands over, circle the arms forward. Breathe in, and then a long out breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep going. Change. Breathe in, and then breathe out and push away. We're going to turn so you can see. Breathe in, breathe out, push away. Like you're scooping water up, like you're pushing water away. Bending the legs as you push, straightening the legs a little as go down, breathe in, big circle forwards, and then as you breathe out, the palms come down, facing the body. Breathe in, big circle forwards, breathe out, facing the body. Breathe out, let the hands come together, close the eyes, or half close the eyes if you prefer. Just stand gently, legs relaxed, breathing comfortably. Just remain relaxed. Breathing gently. Open your eyes, give yourself a shake. That's all. Just over an hour. How good is that? If you've been with me all the time, that's brilliant. I'm just going to stop that and I'll just talk to you before we finish. Okay, stop the timer. The last little section we did there, the 5 breaths leading up to, 5 movements leading up to standing and doing sort of a little bit of micro meditation, as it were, is a thing called 5-move Qigong. It's one of the Qigong exercises that I teach as part of my Tai Chi and Qigong program, and if you're interested in knowing more about that, please drop me a message, send me an email, send a carrier pigeon, whatever. Anyway, have a lovely, super fantastic day. Thank you very much for joining in.